everyone, it's Yvette here from SPAitgirl blog, your down to earth Aussie blog, and I'm so excited to have Esther Ekhart here from Ekhart Yoga. Yes, very exciting, and just a little bit of background information, because you know me, I love to tell you stories. I stumbled across on YouTube, I just did a search like yoga for sleep, because I really needed to sleep. And I think it's kind of like the universe when things come to you. And I guess it's been a really great gift, because I think Esther is definitely a light worker or a miracle worker, healing people all over the world through health and wellness, through her yoga, through everyone else that works with Ekhart Yoga, and through her meditation. So really thrilled to have her here today to talk a little bit about yoga, and so excited because I'm a big fan of the EkhartYoga.com as well as everything on YouTube, because I just think it's a wonderful way to kind of ground yourself, center, take a bit of that stress or anxiety out of the day, and just to feel really well and happy and kind of calm. So I think that's really nice. So you all know I'm a massive fan of yoga. I try to practice it daily. Whenever I'm really stressed, I really have to just tune into Esther's yoga. Just her calming voice. Esther just calms me, and the great teaching, and it's just a marvelous way. So there's so many yoga instructors, but Esther from Ekhart Yoga is, I have to say, the best. So now that I've told you how much I'm a fan of Esther, I'm going to put it back over to Esther now, just to ask a couple of questions. First of all, really, Esther, I guess I know that I'm really curious, but I know all of our SPAitgirl readers who are worldwide will be, about kind of how you got into yoga.
Well, actually, that was because of my mom. So when I was a little girl, she started doing yoga, and she started doing a teacher training. So I could suddenly see my mother on a yoga mat doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And in the beginning, I was a bit like, you know, what's happening there and all that. But then I saw how it influenced her. You know, she became she became a different person. She suddenly just way more calmer and more peaceful, and was able to keep her balance a lot better. And I felt that. So obviously I got more interested. And then and I also so she got me a yoga mat, and I started doing it next to her. And I noticed how difficult it was too. You know, I was a young girl, but I couldn't keep up with her. So that's how I got into it. So I in my early teens, I started doing yoga with my mom.
Wow, that's amazing. What an inspiration. And from her, like being, I guess, a bit of a yogi guide, or a positive, influential sort of inspiration, that from there you've learnt how important yoga is. And
I felt the benefits myself, and I started then very quickly when I was 18 doing a teacher training, and really learned about how yoga is a huge tool, the tool it is, you know, the what you can do with it. So
oh my God,
major.
That is just so amazing, and what like a beautiful kind of everlasting gift from your mum, that you not only get to share it like with yourself, but now everyone, like kind of globally, and just that positivity and wellness and everything. It just kind of shines on through her spirit and through everyone else. So that's really amazing. So thank you for sharing that. Now, the other question, of course, I had was, so you started your teacher training, and kind of did you practice yoga obviously for quite a while, and then you decided, you know what, I'd really like to step up and start teaching? Was that kind of how it happened?
Yeah, that's how it happened. So I've been practicing for a couple of years as a child. I mean, not necessarily very focused. I mean, I was still early teens. I was still about 14 or 13 when I started. So it was on and off, and a little bit for fun. And I remember doing my sun salutations to get fit and all that kind of thing. So by the time I got 18, I wanted to move on with that, and I was accepted on a teacher training that was about 4 years long. So I did that. I went to do that, and that was when I was 18, and that was incredible because obviously when you're 18, life is tough as well, and you're a young girl and you're just starting to explore your own sexuality as well with men and all that kind of things. So there's a lot of things happening in your life, and I had through all that, and that all just happened. I was just like any other girl, but at the same time I had this tool that I could use to calm myself down at times where I felt I was too out there, or I was getting too frantic, or my energy was just way out of, all over the place. Or so it. And my teacher was very wise, and I got to drive with him all the time too, because we both lived in the same city, and the teacher training was in another city. So he took me under his wings a little bit, and he taught me a lot of just wisdom of life in the car and in our talks. And he was really good to an 18-year-old girl with the 18-year-old girl trouble, and he really helped me. So it was really amazing. So on a very young age, I just got to experience the power of it.
That is so, just hearing about that, because I know, so many, and I even look when I was 18 or when we were growing up, especially in Australia, and people maybe in London might even be able to relate to this, that the culture very much has been, you're stressed, oh, that's okay, go to the pub and have a few beers or have wine or do something to unwind. So very much a drinking kind of environment. So, and that's a really cool thing to do. And it's not until probably for myself or even some other people that you get to a much older age, then you look back and go, oh, hang on a minute, there are actually other ways to unwind, to make yourself calm and to clear your head, which don't involve buying, alcohol that you just makes you feel sick the next day, and you have a big headache and you vomit and all these horrible things that you're just so lucky that you had that one, your mum that was, such a yoga person, and then two, your trainer that kind of led you down a really healthy body, mind, spirit, but just a really healthy path. So I think for our readers, even now my message has been very much I know a lot of our readers, they love to come home, they've had a big day in the office, and it's a glass of wine can kind of help and make you feel a bit better. But I'm a very big messenger on put on, yoga and do yoga or meditate, and you just feel amazing, not only then, but the next day, and you just build on it each day.
Yeah, or at least try to first. If you find it difficult, do your yoga first and then see if you still need your glass.
Well, that's true, yeah. Sometimes I think I'm a bit too tough on the readers, because I'm like, you don't need to drink, you just need to do yoga and you'll feel $1 million. Yeah. But what do you love most about, yoga? I know there's so many things, but... I love how if you really get to know yoga and the different styles and what you can do, I love how if you master it, then and I'm not talking about mastering the poses, because nobody does. I mean, most people, you've got your poses that you can do really easily and poses that you never do or find difficult, but more mastery of the different effects of it, so that if I feel this way, I should be doing that style of yoga to calm me down or to bring me back to balance, and mastery of, it's a lot of mastery of mind as well, because we have a lot of pre-assumptions on what yoga should be maybe as well. You think maybe if you do yoga, you need to do 60 minutes or 90 minutes, you need to sweat, you need to do that. And if you don't do all that, you're not doing yoga. Well, really, take 5 minutes and take 7 minutes and you're doing it. And even if you take 5 conscious breaths, you're doing it. So I love it that I can just,
whatever I do every day, I just go on my mat. And whether I do 7 minutes or whether I do an hour, whether I do only restorative yoga because I'm tired and that's what my body needs, or whether I do a very physical practice to uplift and to strengthen, it's all yoga. And time has taught me that it's all good too. You know, I've let go of ideas or beliefs around how it should be. So that opened myself to that I do yoga to serve me. I'm not doing yoga to serve the yoga. You know what I mean? So yoga serves my body, my needs, my spirit for whatever I need at that time. And that's what I'm trying to give people as well. You know, tune in, feel what it is you need, and then do it no matter what it is. And don't push yourself. Don't go with what you think how it should be. Get rid and let go of all that and just be honest. It's an honesty practice as well. Like, where are you right now? What do you feel? What do you need? Not what you think you should feel or what you think you need. What is real?
It's interesting you should say that, Esther, because that's one of the things I think through your practice I've learned. Just tuning in each day, like, how am I feeling? What is it I need? What are my body signals? Am I tired? Do I need core strength? Or, do I need to get the nervous energy out, with the fastest sort of anxiety and just kind of tuning in. And like, you are right, like some days I might just do 7 minutes or 5 minutes or I need an hour, but just kind of tuning in with myself. Is your mind overactive, or do you feel like you need to build on your shoulder strength? But before, like, I look back over a period where I was so caught up on, to do a tree pose, and I'd hold my breath and then I sort of like wasn't breathing. And I've learnt through doing this regular yoga, it's quite funny, I might be running late for work, and if I get to the stoplights and I kind of hold my breath, if I'm holding my breath, nothing flows, not the stop, like nothing. But when I try and breathe a bit like the yoga, I can get a whole lot of green lights. So I just think, it's like life, isn't it? Just keep breathing and flowing. So, through your teaching, I've actually picked that up. So, and just kind of tuning into my body and not over stretching or putting myself through pain, like I might not quite be able to, bend my leg back or do something, but even if I can do it a slight bit, then that's a really good thing. But just, what do you think, like someone starting out brand new to yoga, what do you think they should just focus on? Like, they're brand new, they've not done it, but what would be the most important thing just to get them started?
Well, I think the most important thing to get someone started in something new is find a teacher that resonates. A lot of people go to a yoga class and they don't like it and then they never go back. But really, they don't like that particular class delivered in that particular way. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with the teacher, not at all. It just means the teacher isn't resonating with you. So you need to find someone who does. Because, that's with therapy as well. The kind of therapy almost doesn't matter as long as you have a good relationship and a good rapport with the person that's working with you, and then magic happens. So if you find a good teacher, whether it's online or offline, that you resonate with, then you're open to learn, and it's like a transmission too. You just soak it up, and then you can really get hooked. And get hooked in yoga is a really good thing because it gives you so much later on. And from there on, just study, just go and find out what style it is you like, what kind of poses, explore your body. And again, that honesty practice, really feel, you're not doing it to get the shape, you're doing it to feel it, you're doing it to get better. And let go of the musts. And there's so many things in life that we feel we must do, from outside pressure or inside pressure, and let yoga be something that you do for yourself. And because it will really help. So finding that motivation that will that makes it light and lighthearted and happy.
Yeah, you're so right. Like, because I used to be like a fitness instructor and do Les Mills classes and everything like that. But back in my early 20s, I was really just exercising, and you can get caught in this trap purely for weight loss, purely for body image, not about health or well-being or feeling good. And it's only been since I've completely changed my mindset, like I'm exercising for myself, for my well-being, for my health, to feel calm or feel good. Like I'm exercising to feel good, and I don't need to, which I actually used to do, climb up, big mountains and basically, as we say in Australia, flog yourself, meaning like just such strenuous, running 10Ks a day and doing all these things that really, they call it a fun run, but I did not find it fun at all. And now, like through the yoga practice, I just find it's part of my lifestyle. It makes me feel good, and I've completely I've completely forgotten about weight loss or anything like that. It's just, so it's a really nice place to be. So I think your message...
and I think if you feel good, and if you do things because you like them, and you start to feel better about yourself, you start to make healthier choices. So then weight loss becomes, maybe, if that's a good thing for your body, it becomes a natural sort of result of it. And maybe not. But I think the best thing about yoga as well, you just need to feel good about yourself no matter where you are. And perfectly thin, beautiful young girls can still feel that they need to lose weight, and there's nothing good about that. And so it's more about accepting how you are and starting to love yourself as you are, and work with compassion towards yourself. And that's also a big part of yoga. You become softer and you become more more connected to yourself. And I think
I love that message that you just said then, like love yourself. And I think that's such a big part of the discovery or the journey of yoga. And for me, I never found to love yourself in fun runs, I never found love yourself in a big mountain climb or a swim. So I just think yoga is really amazing for that. Now, we've only got a couple more questions because I know you're super, super busy, but this actually leads into, obviously, you have just such a massive following on YouTube and on ekhartyoga.com, and so many people that work with you, and just so many people globally that tune in, and you just make them feel good each and every day, which is, such a gift. But with your busy schedule, like, what is it you do, Esther, to sort of take time out to balance? Like, you've obviously got such a busy business, you're such an entrepreneur, you just took this little, YouTube kind of free short classes to something else, and just allowed people to live anywhere in the world but be able to do yoga, which I think is just unbelievable and amazing. But what do you do? Like, other than yoga or meditation, is there anything else that you like to do to relax, or
Well, I obviously do my yoga meditation, and I think that is the biggest part, especially in the morning. I try to start with about 20 minutes or half an hour of meditation, and then see what I do after. But if I feel I really get to a place where I need a little bit more, I go into nature. So I will just go to the forest, to the woods, and just be out and feel the ground under my feet, and really connect with nature. And that really helps. That really settles me, and I can really get a lot of energy from that. So I might even sit with a tree for a while. I mean, trees have amazing energies, and it's just really grounding, and they're very wise, or at least you can connect through a tree with a sort of a wise part of yourself in a way. And so that would be another thing that I'd like to do. And I've got dogs, so I walk every day a little bit.
How cute. What are your dogs' names?
Lima and Max.
Oh, that's cute. And I like how you say, like, trees, forests, because such universal energy, like oxygen and a living, spirit within its own right. So, and I've got my last question, and it's really all about obviously your yoga students or, people that you teach, but what's been the most rewarding, thing that's come to you from teaching this global, EkhartYoga.com, worldwide? Obviously you get to meet so many people. I'm from Australia, and you've got so many Australian fans and US, and we have our SPAitgirls everywhere. But for you personally, what's been so rewarding?
The feedback people give, it's really, really warming. I get a lot of personal emails. I get a lot of personal messages on Facebook, people telling their personal stories, how it's helped them. A lot of comments underneath the videos as well on the site, where you really get a feel of what it does for people. I mean, of course, if you live in a city, you've got a wonderful yoga studio close by with wonderful teachers, you're lucky. But that's not for everybody. A lot of people live in the countryside. They can't get to a teacher, or the studio doesn't suit them and there's no one they can connect with, or they don't feel comfortable going to studios. A lot of people love to do yoga, but they're just not confident enough in themselves yet to do it in a group of people. So all those people turn to online yoga, I suppose, and that's and they need it most, maybe. So it's for me, it's really getting that feedback is absolutely worthwhile. It's really wonderful. It's really beautiful, and so. That's it, basically.
That is absolutely gorgeous, because obviously all the feedback, and I think all the lives you change, and then you're making people well, you're making people feel better, and this is all, when I look back, a gift that too started with your mum, and I just think it's so special that now through your practice, but your own passion and training and dedication, and because you felt that it made you feel good, you found a way to feel good, and you're helping other people find a way to feel good, and it's not through, whatever addictions or drugs or alcohol. There's, so many things that you can do just at home, in the comfort of your own home. And I just think, the comfort of your own home, for me, doing yoga, you can do it anytime. There's no schedule. You just do it when you feel it. And it's easier to pick a class that suits you, because if you go to a studio, you get to do what the teacher does at that moment. And if you go online, you've got 800 classes to choose from, and different specific uses and different styles and whatever you need. And that is an extra benefit. But I have to say, everybody's doing it themselves. So people at home actually make the time out, and they find Ekhart Yoga, and they are disciplined enough to follow classes, and that is what makes them. That is what changes them. Their own commitment to it, their own at some point ability to keep up with it, and so that's my praise to everybody who's doing it. It's not me. I'm just providing. You're doing it, not me. True.
Can't do anything from here.
That's true. We're making the change because we're actively coming back to practice, and you're just guiding us, to be able to do that. And I just find now, it's great. For me, with the video yoga, versus YouTube or EkhartYoga.com, I'm so just focused on myself. Whereas when I go to a studio, I might see someone in front of me, and they can do a crow pose or a handstand, and I'm a bit So I think personally, if you can do it, I'm a big fan, but online, at least if you're a little bit unsure about yoga, you don't have to worry, because there's only yourself and the universe and your YouTube or online teacher. So that's my tip. And Esther, I'd love to talk to you all day and night, and I simply could, because you're amazing, and you're just such an inspiration, and changing people's the way they feel, their life, and improving everything that they do each day. It's such a real gift. So thank you to you and your EkhartYoga.com team, and obviously, big shining light to your mum as well, which is, and your first yoga trainer that you had too. Credit to him for showing you, you know, the ropes and helping, and credit to you for really just continuing your practice. So that takes a lot of passion and drive, and you know, sometimes people start something and a year or two later they get sick of it, but it's part of your life and it's you, and it's amazing. So SPAitgirls, I have to say goodbye to Esther Ekhart, but if you want to go and find out more about her, you have to just go to Esther, would you like to say it or would you like me? It's ekhart.yoga.com. And basically it's amazing. There's like free things you can find about, but then when you really fall in love with it, you can sign up and per month, and you can do as many yoga classes. It's just a great way. So it doesn't matter where you live. You can live anywhere: China, Japan, Dubai, the US, Australia, and actually, do practice with Esther and her team each day. So on that note, Esther, thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
I guess we say namaste.
Namaste. Thanks for talking to me.
Namaste, or as we say in Australia, goodbye or see you later. But yeah, thank you so much, and we'll be in touch again.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Esther.
Thank you, Kat. Bye-bye.
Bye.